All right, let's start the year strong. Everyone is asking me if the market is finally slowing down, and the truth is January tells us more than any other month. So here it is, what we're seeing in the Bowling Green market and what it means for you. Here's what I'm seeing right now in Warren County. Inventory is still tight, but we're seeing more listings hit the market than we did this time last year. That means buyers have a little more breathing room, but sellers are still holding strong leverage. Interest rates are hovering in a more comfortable zone than we saw last summer, which is motivating buyers to jump back in before spring competition hits. If you are a buyer, January is definitely the month that you can take advantage of. And if you're a seller, early Q1 is when your home gets the most serious traffic. So in Warren County and Bowling Green, there's currently 4.7 months of inventory. So what does that mean? So technically 5 months worth of inventory is what we're seeing on the market right now. And what that means is anything under 6 months of inventory, we're technically still in a seller's market. So that means that there are technically not enough homes for the number of buyers that are looking. So when we see the inventory getting closer to 6 months, then it becomes more of a balanced market where there's enough inventory to take care of all the buyers that are looking, and it's an even market, between a balanced market is what they'll call it, between the buyers and the sellers. But right now, even though we're seeing houses sit for longer days on market, and all this fake news in the media, it is still technically a seller's market. It's still a great time for sellers to sell their homes for top dollar because there are not enough homes for the amount of buyers that are looking. Now, this is also really important for buyers to pay attention to because right now there's less buyers on the market. So yeah, there's a little less inventory, but there's also a little less buyers, which means less competition. So that's how a lot of buyers are able to get, closing costs paid. They're able to get a really great deal on a home right now. Once we hit that spring market and we get an influx of buyers, which always happens, it's just the seasonality of real estate, then there's going to be more competition, which means less likeliness that the buyer is going to have as much negotiating power. So, but that's also true for the seller because as we hit the spring market and more inventory hits the market, a lot of people like to list their home in the spring. And once that happens, then there's more competition for the sellers also. So the point of this is a really great time for buyers and sellers to really capitalize on the fact that they don't have a ton of competition right now. So if you're serious about buying or selling, let's talk. If you want to know how these January numbers affect your buying and selling ability, comment market below and I'll send you my January market breakdown. Like and subscribe for more content.